Sana, can't why Tenjiwe can never win in love? Why Tenjiwe can never win in love? So Tenjiwe has finally fallen in love with OJ, but it turns out that OJ is Velapi's friend. Not only OJ is Velapi's friend, OJ is also Velapi's roommate. The funny part is that OJ and Velapi were discussing their girlfriends. OJ did confess to Velapi that he is dating an older man. Velapi is like, oh, there's nothing wrong about that because I also once dated an older woman. But as soon as Velapi finds out that this older woman that OJ was talking about is his mom, Tenjiwe, listen, she, or rather he, lost his cool. He was like, I have absolutely lost my cool. This is where I draw a line. You have absolutely zero right to talk about my mom. You have no right to talk about my mom. You have no right to even date my mom, okay? It turns out that Zola Velapi will go and tell his grandmother, Unomsa, and Unomsa will be very much judgmental towards Utenjiwe, that Utenjiwe, out of everything that you could do, you are out here dating kids, And it seems like it doesn't rain, but it pours for Utenjiwe because not only is she dating someone who's much younger than her, she is also pregnant, okay? And it does appear that OJ will most likely convince Utenjiwe to keep the pregnancy and says, who cares what people say, okay? At this point, what matters is that me and you are making one another happy. Hates the fact that Isita writers do not want Utenjiwe to be happy. Now Rebecca is back like back like she never left. And yeah, I don't know if Rebecca and Solomzi will try to mend their relationship as a mother and daughter and son, but I do wish that they could. But it seems like there will always be an obstacle, with their relationship, because Usolomzi and Unandi are still very much married, are still very much into one another, into each other's lives. And I know for a fact that Rebecca will have a problem with Nandi being in Solomzi's life, which again is gonna just make a problem with her and Solomzi getting along. Sad, Kesana. So sad for them. Sana, Rebecca and Madloko were on a one-on-one shootout. And it was so hectic, Kesana, because Nandi's auntie really wanted to get Rebecca. And she did manage to shoot her on the shoulder. But before you know it, Rebecca avenged herself and managed to put Nandi's auntie down. Now, what makes me laugh, what's really hilarious, is the fact that Nandi and Rebecca's brother, Jafta, were there just hiding out, not helping, not stopping the fight, doing absolutely nothing to stop the fight, and they act shocked. I'm just like, wow, these two, they honestly watched two people be in a shootout fight, and they were not bothered. They were not bothered. Now, I don't know how will Jafta tell Unomsa ukuthi Rebecca is still alive. We all know how Nomsa feels about Rebecca and how Nomsa was not convinced in the first place that Rebecca is no more. So now Jafta have to convince Rebecca ukuthi Jafta have to convince Unomsa ukuthi you were right. Rebecca is still very much alive. Now, let's talk about umuntu kaNandi. Oh, sana uNandi uzitholela isigantsonto. So, Nandi is with a man. Nandi is with a man, okay? And honestly, I don't know, guys, when they were attacked on that camping that they went to me, it felt like a little bit staged. And I was like, This attack, it feels a bit staged. It feels like OJ just wanted to get close to Unandi, and he asked himself how is the best way that he could do it, and he found Uguti, you know what, probably using the fact that Nandi, or rather just planning a fake attempt, may help him, of which I think it did help him to a certain extent, right? Now, the shocker here is that the same OJ is going to be Velapi's roommate. Velapi will then find out that OJ and his mommy are busy doing up and down, even Kivongo isn't Zamatala. Now, Rebecca, I don't know if she will be charged, but she was taken into the police station for questioning because she can always say it was self-defense. I don't know if Solomzi will come to his mom's rescue or not. But yeah, the fact that Rebecca deceived everyone, that's also something to be discussed. Uguti, babe, we honestly thought you were no more. We thought we buried you. You deceived us. And here you are, still alive. Like, why would you deceive us like that? So yeah, guys, those are questions that we should ask ourselves. Mavovo is finally caught by Unandi and Usolomzi. Nandi is shocked to honestly find out ukuthi her auntie had something to do with Solomzi being paralyzed. But of course, after they tried to run away, they were caught by Mavovo, and Mavovo is like, listen, ain't no one is going nowhere, not until we resolve things, okay? Mavovo does try to explain that this whole thing has nothing to do with Solomzi and Nandi, but have everything to do with Rebecca. Now, Rebecca, as soon as she had Ugunzi, Usolomzi and his family are being held hostage by Mavovo. Well, according to Mavovo, she's really not holding them hostage, but she is considering that Solomzi is paralyzed. So now Rebecca has to make a plan to come and meet up with Umahlotlo in the house. Mavovo in the house, to sort it out. This is the condition that Mavovo has put for Rebecca to say, listen, if you want Solomzi and his family to walk away free, you need to come to me and we finish what we have started. Sana, I don't know. I don't think Rebecca has a plan. I don't think Rebecca has a plan. But of course, being a mom, she got too emotional and she was like, listen, the only thing that matters right now is to go to that house and try and save my son from Mavovo. Now, Solomzi did instruct her Unandi to run away, and Mavovo is just laughing and be like, okay, so what's the plan, Solomzi? Nandi has ran and left to you. What is your plan right now? Because you cannot run. You are paralyzed. You are in a whole chair. Yeah, I guess tonight we are going to be seeing if Rebecca will save the day. Will Rebecca save the day? Yes or no? Big question. Solomzi is now crippled and he strongly suspects that Nandi's auntie could have something to do with it. Of course, he loudly accused Nandi's auntie, and it seems like Nandi is also a bit doubtful because of the sculpture that Nandi's auntie brought home. But of course, Nandi's auntie defends herself and says it was not her. And it seems like Nandi's auntie will try to plant the moti in Thuli's back. You remember that Thuli is the helper who is working for Solomzi and Nandi and also slept with Solomzi. So this is all going to fall on Thuli's shoulders. Meanwhile, Rebecca also is going to find out that Umahlogovu is living with her son, and Solomzi has lost his ability to walk or feel. Now, I don't know what kind of a plan Rebecca will be up to, honestly, but it does seem like Rebecca will try to come with a plan, because remember, Mahlogovu is using the whole sickness thing as a bait, okay? Mahlogovu is hopeful that when Rebecca finds out that her son, Solomzi, is sick, she is going to hurry and come back home and stop this fake thing that pretends that she is, or rather she has passed. So I don't know how well the table plays. Hey, I don't know how well the table plays. How will Rebecca feel? Will Rebecca fall for the bait as soon as she finds out that Solomzi is not well? Solomzi, on the other hand, has been refusing to cooperate, refusing to eat food that is cooked by Nandi's auntie, saying that, Nandi, listen, I'm telling you, ever since your auntie came here, I have fallen ill out of the blue, and this is just too good to be true. So therefore, I don't trust your auntie. I don't want to be next to your auntie. I don't want anything that will do with your auntie. Not Nandi throwing tantrums as soon as she realizes that Usolomzi wants to move on with a different girl, their helper, someone who looks after their son. Nandi, my girl, why are you feeling the pain? Why is the pain landing? Did you not start cheating in your marriage? If Solomzi does it back to you, it's wrong. Nandi, I love it for Solomzi. I feel like Solomzi should pay a bit of revenge. Now, a relationship with Solomzi and Umapoloba, according to me, it's a bit of toxic relationship that they have, partnership, whatever that you want to call it, as Solomzi legit forced Umapoloba to kill his brothers, because Umapoloba came for Uvelapi. Lalela Usolomzi was like, I'm not gonna let that one go. I am not gonna let it go. Okay, you want revenge, there it is. Take it up on your brother. I do feel like Umapoloba at some point feels a bit betrayed and did not expect that he will have to avenge his daughter to his brother. Now, I love it for my girl, uThenjiwe, baby girl, upopile, uvukile, umalambane. Lalela, she is buying herself a brand new house and a brand new Wells Kasana. I'm like, I'm here for it, Thenjiwe. This is what I'm here for, okay? I want you to pop up. I want you to succeed in, like, the way they have been oppressing you on Isita. This is your chance to shine and get all the success that you need, because baby girl, you deserve. If there is any one person that I know that deserves success, it's definitely Thenjiwe. Sandra Isita, why? Like, I can't understand why the writers are doing Umamsonto this dirty. So Umamsonto legit is never supposed to be in love. Mamsonto has recently found herself love, Kesana. And, Mamsonto being the pastor, or rather a church woman that she is, she's like, listen, we have to get married, okay? Unfortunately, Solomoz's uncle does not have enough money to marry Mamsonto, but he is very much excited and optimistic that he will come up with the money. He has recently found work in the funeral parlor hired by Usolomzi. And he's like, yes, I'll marry you. But Umamsonto is like, no, that could take forever. Okay, I'm thinking that I should borrow you the money. Little did they know that their problems are starting. There is Usam Gumede, who has recently surfaced from where I do not know, but Usam Gumede here claims that he is the brother of Usolomni, Umamsonto's ex-husband. And unfortunately, he does come with bad news that Mamsonto's ex-husband has indeed passed away. And also, according to their customs, they feel like he is the right person to take over and who has been appointed to look after Umamsonto and the children. Sana, when I tell you that I feel sorry for uncle. I feel sorry for Solomzi's uncle. I seem to forgot his name. Like, can somebody please tell me what is his name? And even when Solomzi turned his back on him and be like, sorry malume, or like, at this point I don't trust you, okay, I trust that man better than I trust you. But umalume, uyazama bandla kumuonisha uSolomzi ukuthi hayi bo Solomzi, you cannot be serious that you trust a strange man that you don't know over me. Like, you have known me for like a couple of months or so, but this man, you just legit don't know him. But uSolomzi uthi nje soze sana, I don't trust you and I don't trust you. And at this point, yes, I do trust a strange man over you. I'm like, Sana. But I just feel so sorry for uMam'Sonto. I feel like she is definitely being done wrong. So yes, uSam Bandla has associated himself with people. So unfortunately, uSam has managed to associate himself with people who are not good at all. The very same man who has tried uNgcobo to eliminate uVelaphi and actually got uLandani killed. Oh, Sana, I was laughing watching Inimba and watching Martha grieving. Oh, Sana, I was like, Martha, just come here. I want to give you a hug. She goes like, now I'm going to raise this child alone. London is not going to be there anymore. I'm going to be by myself. I'm just like, Martha, babe, you really trusted that London was going to be there for you and the baby, right? Didn't you? Yeah, but also Velaphi didn't take the passing of his friend Ulandani too good, he's shattered at this point, he's sad, But yeah, guys, those are the news. Do you see uMam'Sonto having a beautiful love story here, getting to marry the man of her dreams? Or just do you see Ubaba Mncane, uSam just taking over? I honestly see Ubaba Mncane, uSam taking over. He is definitely up to no good. And his shenanigans ways will definitely have a huge impact and an issue on uMam'Nomsa, since we all know that uMam'Nomsa uyazisontela mandla. She wants nothing to do with shenanigans, but church. Yes, Sana, uMam'Nomsa uyajola, and she is ashamed. So what if uMam'Nomsa ejola bantu azikhuthe kancane? What's the problem? Anyways, already the community is starting to gossip about uMam'Nomsa because, she seems like an honorable woman, not a woman who will be sneaking around. So now I think this will definitely put pressure on uMam'Nomsa because now she is definitely going to demand marriage. I wonder if Umfogazana is ready for the demands that uMam'Nomsa is going to make. And I'm just like, go for it when uMam'Nomsa demand that marriage if you feel like you deserve it. Meanwhile, Umada is pregnant and baby girl is not bothered by Ulandan of all people. And so just like, I'm pregnant, and na ke am tseba London, ke tseba side la gae ele soft. Ke re halala girl. And as soon as she told Ulandan that she's pregnant, Sana, the panic in London's eyes, in London's eyes. And I'm just like, yeah, mother, you're going to raise that baby alone. You are going to be by yourself raising that baby. I do not see London taking responsibility at all. Unfortunately for you, mother, Siyamthanda told you. Like, Siyamthanda warned you, baby girl. Siyamthanda warned you, Uguti. Hey, Sana. You keeping this baby will bring troubles for you because Ulandan was some deadbeats and shit, and you could tell, Uguti, oh, Sana, as soon as the baby discussion were brought up, Ulandan was shaking. London was like, me, father, I'm not ready. He ain't ready. What are we gonna do? He ain't ready. Sana, I like how Rebecca dealt with Umandlovu because that woman was just getting into me, and never have I ever thought I would like Rips, but I do right now, okay? So Rebecca is kidnapped by Umandlovu in Twaseni, and it seems like Umandlovu has kidnapped another Ntwasana who goes by the name of Dabula Amanzi. Baby girl just wanna live in Twaso and go and live her best life outside, but Umandlovu is making it impossible for her. So they came up with a plan to escape. Listen, when they were caught red-handed by Umandlovu, Rebecca reacted, took a spear and stabbed Umandlovu right through Kesana. Now they are on the run, Rips and Dabula Amanzi.